Give us the background of Derucki Construction and how that got started, and then how you guys kind of made your way into it.
Yeah, a great question. 16 years ago, a friend of mine who I had worked with at another local construction firm had gone to work for a developer and had been there for a few years, and just approached me one day and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about going into business for yourself? I think we have a lot of opportunity out there. If you were going to do it, now would be a good time. I think that we could work well together." So I sat down and thought about it. And it's not an easy decision to make.
Sure.
I had my oldest getting ready to go off to Clemson. Knew that the second one was right behind him, so it was very risky. But you sit down, you crunch the numbers, you crunch them again, you keep cutting everything in half, and you don't know whether you're going to jump into 30 feet of water or 3 feet. And I took the leap, and it hit 30 feet of water, and never stopped paddling.
Yeah.
And it's been, to me, the thing that was the final decision, having worked outside of the Atlanta market for so long, what I found was that there were not that many contractors in Atlanta that tried to fill a certain niche. And that was, don't try to be all things to all people. Go out, decide what you want to do, and just be really good at that. And that's what we've done. We've just focused on the type of jobs that we want to build. If it's difficult, if it's challenging, be that budget, be it schedule, be it constructability, that's what we look for. And it's what we solely focus on. If we get a set of drawings or an opportunity to come in our office, and I look at it and I go, there's 400 other guys that could do this, then that's not for us.
Sure.
And that's how we kind of decide what's good for us and what's not.
Wow.
And it makes it fun.
Yeah.
I don't have to get up and go deal with people who don't want to have a relationship. If you want to go out and do public hard bid stuff, then hey, low man wins, and you go into it and there's no relationship at the beginning or the end.
Yeah.
And to me, life's too short for that. So we stay away from that kind of thing.
I agree. And the more, the farther I get along in my career, the more I hear that exact scenario is, why work with people that you don't enjoy being around?
Right.
The money's out there. Money's just money, and it'll come, wherever you go. But the path to get there, you want to enjoy life. You want to enjoy the people that you're around. And so, my dad was the first one to tell me that. He's like, I don't work with people I don't like anymore.
Right.
Did that for a long enough time to where it was too stressful, too much to come back on, myself, being him, and saying, you know what, I don't have to work with you.
Right. Oh yeah.
I can find somebody else to make a drawing for. But you touched on something that I think is interesting, and I think this is true in all aspects of life, is not spreading yourself too thin. And so getting to a niche market, something that you can be really good at, versus finding 5, 6, 7, 8 things that you can be okay at. And I think I've told this story before on the show. Is one of my friends growing up. He's one of those kids that was just good at everything. Like you probably know somebody like that.
Oh yeah.
My little brother's like that, and it's very annoying. I somehow still beat him. I think it's the older brother effect, but he's definitely better at me in most things. But this kid was his very first day playing basketball, goes out, scores like 25 points in 7th grade, and I'm like, I've been playing since I was 3 years old. I've never scored more than 20 points.
Yeah.
And his mom gave him that same bit of advice. She said, you need to pick one of these 3 sports that you're playing, so you can be really good at that one, because right now you're good at these, but you can be great at one. And he ended up dating John Smoltz's daughter, and John Smoltz said, this has nothing to do with you dating my daughter, but I want to sponsor you because you are really good at baseball, and I think you could be great. He didn't take it because he didn't really care much for baseball at that point in his life, but it showed that once he put his mind and his efforts towards one thing, that the doors were wide open.
Oh yeah.